A Bay Area public relations professional is out with a new children's book that aims to help kids, and the rest of us for that matter, gain a better understanding of the PR business.
And Sparrer is the author of GameFace, Becoming a PR Detective, which has now taken over the #1 spot on Amazon's list of the best-selling books for children about jobs and careers. Sparrer works for the San Francisco-based PR and marketing firm Sparrer, which helps highlight the work of health and tech companies.
And Sparrer joins us now live to talk more about his new book. Congratulations, first of all, on the book launching here. I know this whole journey started with a conversation that you had with your niece, who asked what it is that you do for a living, and you sort of struggled to explain your job to her. Why did that interaction inspire you to write this book?
I mean, if it's not on Amazon, does it even exist?
There you go.
I looked up on Amazon to describe how I, did PR, and I found stuff like, this book about Barbie and this stuff about I want to be a journalist, but I didn't find anything about working in PR. And so as we got closer to my agency's 10-year anniversary, I thought, what can I do for 10-year-olds? And I remembered my conversation with Sloan, and I thought, that's it. I'll create a book. And so with that, GameFace was born. And it's an illustrated book that talks about PR and puts the 10-year-old at the center of the action. What happens is Sloan realizes that her video game is glitching, and she discovers that I'm doing the PR for it. And this is based on my experience in gaming PR, for example. And so together we go and fix the problem. Is it a glitch, or is it something better? Is the bug actually a feature?
I love the spin on it. But Curtis, you really took something that is relatable to kids, and that's video games, and kind of turns it into this teachable moment. I mean, do you think that this will change how kids feel about public relations and their understanding of it?
Well, our research shows that most children do not understand PR. In fact, most adults don't understand PR. In fact, most adults don't understand or know journalists even. And the thing is that parents are the best way of educating their children about careers. And that's why there's a lot of obvious career choices that children are exposed to, like teachers, doctors, nurses, and of course, TV anchors. But we thought, what can we do to make those hidden careers more accessible? And I took a page from my own book and wrote about what I know. And I wanted to make sure that this wasn't overhyped, that this was not some crazy drama that involved the White House or life as we know it. I wanted to make the stakes relatable. And so placing it in the case of a video game that's having problems is very relatable for anyone who's ever played a video game. And then what happens is I asked Sloan about the game and about this problem, and she reveals that this is actually more fun. And then it becomes a matter of getting the CEO to listen to the other gaming people in the community and to accept and embrace that this is a better alternative than what's out there already. And that shows how PR is really a listening exercise to the communities that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with public relations folks like yourself my whole career, and I'm not sure I entirely understand the job that you do. And I think there are, people do have a certain sense about what PR is, that it's about sort of spinning a story in the right way, getting publicity for your clients. What do you think are the biggest misconceptions that maybe all of us have about public relations?
I think Sex and the City really made PR seem ultra glamorous, and all we did was throw parties and just place stories, and that's just not how it works. The typical journalist gets about 100 to 200 story ideas from people just like me. And what good PR people do is they try to make sure that they're serving the journalist, the public, and their clients so that people are more informed and have, an authentic voice about what's going on. And certainly people will say, oh, but don't you just do spin? And I could see that when you watch a presidential debate, for example, and there is the actual spin room. But what we're trying to do is articulate a point of view. And that's why journalists are so important, because journalists are the ones who are making sense of that for their audiences and readers.
Curtis, I'm just curious, what has been the most surprising about this whole book writing process for you and the response?
I think the most surprising part is just how much work there goes outside of merely writing the book. There is teeing it up, getting it ready for publication, getting attorneys to look at it, getting everything handled for copyright, getting it all ready to be deployed. I have never in my life experienced so much paperwork. And so I think that's the biggest thing that I discovered. So if you're thinking about writing a book, just brace yourself. There is a lot of work to do when you finish. I think the other thing when it comes to what the experience is like is it's kind of like having a milestone birthday or getting married or something, because people come out, from all over your, parts of your life and tell you how proud they are and how excited they are and what they think of you. And so, writing a book is a great way to establish your reputation in any field. And I'd be a bad PR counselor if I didn't say everyone should write a book, because it really does put your thought and spin on the world in a way that's more profound than anything else. The thing I learned is that in this age of TikTok and video, people find books more important than any other medium. And when I was drawing the characters and stuff, I would get feedback from people saying, you know what, I'm not that fat, or I have more hair, or I've never dressed. And I think that shows how important books are yet even today.
Yeah, still important. Thankfully, they are still important here. Sounds like a really fulfilling experience for you personally. And again, congratulations, and it's good to have you on and talk about the new book. Chris Sparrer, author of GameFace, Becoming a PR Detective, and you can find it on Amazon. Curtis, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.